Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright, so I went ahead and figured out my what's it called? Well, I'm just gonna show you guys. It's this plug right here, the 13 pin connector plug. I guess mine was actually leaking, and it was the socket when I pulled it out was completely covered in tranny fluid. So that's pretty much, I think, my issue I've been having. Here it ends up being that it is a transmission, so it's probably this little connector. So I went ahead and got this from a local German automotive place locally here, and yeah, he got me one of these really quick. And yeah, so actually here's I believe this is the part number for it. So if you guys want it, there it is. It's 13 pin connector for the transmission. I think there's like a ton of Mercedes that use this same exact one. So I think there's a multiple of them that work. So have it up. Car's jacked up. I got 2 jack stands on it. I'm going to show you guys, well, as much as I can on how to take this off and replace it. So you're going to need this. Well, your new part, obviously. I am going to use this. It's a 7mm little bolt in the center there. So we got to do that. But yeah, this is a 9/32, I think. It's like a universal star bit type thing, which fits it perfectly. So I'm going to use that since I can't find my 7mm. And you're going to need a ton of electric cleaner for sure. So we got to clean all that crap off. There's another thing you guys can check. If you go into the passenger side, the footwell there, where your padding is, lift it back, there'll be like a steel plate in there, and you can take it off and look at your TCU or TCM, whatever it's called, the control module for the transmission. So if you guys can check that out, the fluid, if it's leaking through like mine was, the fluid can actually go up into that module and causing not good things to happen. So you guys can check that out first, like I did, and I found out that it did just have like 2 like little dribbles of oil on the corner of the circuit board. So I was able to get it out real quick, cleaned it out with some of this good old stuff. Make sure it's clean, make sure it's dry, and yeah, go from there. If you know you guys have that in there, it's a little bit easier to check, excuse me, than going to the bottom of the car and taking everything apart and stuff. But yeah, this is actually in front of the little cover thing, so it kind of hooks to your transmission. The house, or not the housing, but the reservoir part of it, the belly pan of it. So it kind of bolts into it. It's a little one. I think it's a T30, I think. I forget. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so I'm going to take you guys along with me real quick. We're going to get under here, take it off, and we'll get on started. All right. All right, guys. So here it is. I'm under the car. There is the socket. So if you can reach on it here, be careful because my car is still hot. You have the exhaust right in front of you, so kind of be careful. If you burn yourself, it is not my fault. Okay, so the top of this little pin, you twist it the whole way, and then it pretty much just pops on out. It's a pretty quick little, as you can tell, mine's got oil all over it, which is not good at all. See if this thing could focus a little bit. There we go. Yeah, mine's got oil all over it, so I gotta clean the crap out of that socket. And now we got to pretty much get my little wrench here, ratchet. Make sure it's going the right way. It's not. We do not need to tighten this. We need to loosen it. So pretty much go into the center of it, and you will. It's barely on, so yeah, no one did this one really. So it's pretty much, when you put this back on, I think the dealer said it's like 2 Newton meters. I mean, it's like barely on that little center bolt. But it is weird to get up into here and fiddle around. So yeah, pretty much you just take that little nut, that little bolt off. It's not gonna fly out or anything. But yeah, so this is a really weird angle. So I'm gonna just take the rest of that bolt out right there, and then that whole that plastic piece just pops on out. Alright guys, just FYI, it will leak transmission fluid. It will. So, have a little bit of tranny fluid on hand before you do this, or else you're gonna have yourself a big old mess. Went from my mistake right now, and keep a little tank right there, you know, a little bucket. Nothing serious, but yeah. So yeah, it definitely leaks. So once this drains, you're probably gonna let that drain for a few minutes, and then we'll pop on the new one in. Alright guys, so this is the new one. I'm just gonna oil up these a little bit on here to get some better lighting. But yeah, I'm gonna grease up these, or not grease up, don't grease them. Oil them. Just put a little bit of oil on those rubber seals. And get on your handy dandy skateboard, and you can pretty much just glide on in here. This is just very little bit dripping, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to install this. So if we can see up in there, you see that little hole up in there, pretty much right in there. It's really hard to get the camera up in there, guys, so I'm sorry if this isn't a good view, but pretty much, actually I'm gonna flip around here. This is getting a little bit too much for me. Sorry about that. Okay, let's redo this here. Whoa, I'm falling everywhere, guys. I apologize. Okay, I think we might be a little bit better situated here. All right, so now, if I can glide in here a little bit further. Okay, so we gotta put this. Oh boy, guys, this is something else. Put it up in there, pretty much just like that. Pop her on in, and then yeah, just pretty much like that. And you gotta push real hard. Make sure it seats first before you tighten that little nut, that little bolt in there, or else you'll jack everything else up. So make sure you seal it up real good. It's pushed in as far as it can go, and then tighten it down. Clean the crap out of the socket right here. Put a bunch of cleaner inside of the pin spot, and clean it out as best you can, and then put it back in. You should be good to go, guys. So hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit and kind of figure out where this is at. It's a little bit hidden, but not too bad to get to. Yeah, some simple tools, not too bad. Yeah, guys, so if you like this little DIY, like it, subscribe if you're not, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.